geniuses, they will not risk it.
No.
We have the answer.
Yeah.
And PSG LGD still banned out the Enchantress, by the way.
That's that's very surprising.
Yeah. They're in that position where they get the extra bans now. They don't have to ban IO. They don't have to ban Puck because they have first pick. It's EG who go ahead and ban both those two exact heroes because...
There you go, DP again.
What are the other
Monkey?
options? Tusk is the other. Tusk is, I think, top tier.
Yep.
I think Tusk, Death Prophet, probably the two that stand out most. Phoenix. I think Phoenix is more, we saw last game, a second phase hero.
Surely they wouldn't pick Monkey King again. First phase.
I think maybe you pick the monkey, but you cover it with some other picks. You pick it as the overall fourth pick, and then you perhaps just mix it up a little bit. The third pick, that is.
They're going into bonus time for this one as well, which is a little bit surprising. Curious as well, throughout the entire season and also the first days of the wildcards, we saw a lot of Void Spirit in the opening. We've kind of been missing that hero. We've seen him here and there, but definitely not in the openings anymore.
I think, yeah, most of the Void Spirit I feel like was in response to Puck. Not that it's a hero that counters Puck, it just seems to be the go-to mid laner where you know you have some reliable catch against Puck. You're not going to lose your lane per se.
It's weird because Puck at the beginning was the response to the Void Spirit.
Yeah.
And then teams and players kind of adjusted their playstyle, and you see Void Spirit winning the lane, and later on as well he can be complicated, but Puck's still pretty good in that matchup because of the leash. However, we will not see the Monkey King. They've listened to us. They're picking the Pangolier instead and saying if EG wants to counter it, they can go ahead.
It's going to force EG to use two bans against Ame because both Monkey and Troll still in the pool. Gotta imagine EG probably does target Ame. I think he's got the most clearly defined hero pool when it comes to that second phase, but...
Picking Troll and banning out Monkey is also an option, but instead, picking an Alchemist.
Oh, I was expecting that, and I'm sure a lot of people with me, considering they get Protect ban afterwards, and it's such a comfort hero for them.
Yeah. For those of you who've been watching the tournament, seeing a lot of Alkin, different, off lane as well as carry. EG exclusively run this in the carry role. Unless it's going to be a big curveball from them, expect this to be Arteezy's hero.
I mean, they came into this series very well prepared, and you could see them in that first game as well, picking some heroes that you don't necessarily see them pick. So maybe here Alchemist offlane as well is an option. But let's see, probably some instant apparition bans, heroes that deal well with the Alchemist. There we go with the Troll Monkey, right? That's what you guys called.
Probably, yeah. Unless they want to bait out the Monkey King pick again. That's something we talked to Puppy, talked to these captains. Sometimes they want to bait their opponents to pick something because they feel like they have an answer to it. But at least in game one, that was the case with EG.
Yep. Monkey King is a little bit slow, I would say, versus the Alchemist, but if it does get picked, you can't flex that Alchemist on the offlane any longer.
So last time we saw EG on Alchemist, they ran it on Arteezy, but in the offlane in a tri-lane. And that's something, maybe they're going to be considering again. They've got the Tusk, so they're pretty much going to have a tri-lane advantage. Acid Spray, impossible to fight under, plus tag team. Like, you're winning that tri-lane if you're EG.
Why is the win rate so different on the Radiant and Dire for this?
Don't be fooled by this. I think it's all about the teams that are picking it and perhaps the position. Because if you think about it on Dire, maybe it's even easier to play the Alchemist because it's easier to stack for him.
Yeah,
the jungle's
that's what I was expecting, a higher win rate on Dire.
I think it's one of those stats that don't really tell the true story. The whole
small
story.
sample size, and like you say, the team's picking it. Probably also a lot of this is the offlane out.
He looks pretty real.
He did. For a second there, I thought, oh, we got a cosplayer in the house. That would be really cool, by the way, if like for one it would be a cosplayer and we would just be surprised by it.
Just whole team of cosplayers, like you
They're ready.
120 people standing by.
Or 120 costumes, low budget ones, and you just hop in. Okay, there you go. You called it really well. The Troll and the Monkey King ban out Ame. Meanwhile, PSG LGD is still banning the Viper. I don't think it was that necessary.
No, I think that's like EG in their head after last game. Like that, I see that ban thinking, man, PSG LGD kind of a bit thrown off.
Even considering they went into reserve time in their first phase, you don't see that very often. Usually teams have a very well prepared first two, and they did not expect to lose with their best on game one. Okay, Monkey King, is it going to be the Ancient Apparition? I believe it should be. You don't really want to play against that as an Alchemist.
Yeah, and PSG LGD is very comfortable with it as well. So
one of those heroes that has been played so much on position 5 in the CNDPC.
They're taking their time though.
Yeah, I think this is usually where you start seeing teams start to chew through that ban time. Like, you have a clear idea of what you want to pick, and you're kind of just second guessing. Are they going to go for this carry or this support? Which is bigger problem? So,
can they pick it themselves? Snatch that AA away? Is that something that they would do?
It's not been... Fly's been very much that Team 5-5 position. We've seen him play Wyvern. We've seen him play the Phoenix from last game, the Tide Hunter. It's possible, I guess, but it would surprise me.
Yeah, Fly is a little wild with the position 5s this tournament, at least.
Yeah. He's not played the same hero twice. That being said, this is only their third series, so I don't know how much that says.
Not a big sample size.
Yeah, right? And they will play a different one again. This is the Keeper of the Light.
New hero for Fly. The stack specialist. You got an alchemist whose hero can stack for him, and another hero that's pretty good in the damn tri lane. You know, you have Illuminate in the mix too. So,
yeah, when you think about Kotal, you can't not remember Insania, just running through the jungle, stacking everything.
Yep.
Didn't work out for them, but they also didn't have alchemist too many times.
No, true. Typically, Kotal picked up with a pairing too. So now I think if you're PSG LGD and you're EG, you've maybe already got an idea. What are you going to pick with the Kotal? We've seen a lot of Kotal Bristle. We've seen the Kotal Ember. I'm curious to see what EG look to synergize with that Chakra Magic.
Would you still be happy if it was a Kotal Bristle, knowing that RTZ kind of then either, well, probably has to play the Bristle, or would you swap it around and have...
You could still offlane.
Bristle.
Yeah, you could still offlane Bristle. We've seen it a couple of times here.
Because then they're gonna have to fight about the stats.
I'm not a big fan of Kotal Bristle here. I think they're more likely to go for like an Abed Ember or something.
Even this Beastmaster that PSG LGD just took would have been all right with the Kotal. But you have to also remember that this Kotal most likely will be the 5 on the safe lane, and Tusk will be the 1 on the off lane. So maybe we shouldn't look too much into the combinations, at least not the lane combinations.
Yeah, it's more about like the Kotal Ember is less about lane together and more about
later
that mid-game potential of the two heroes.
And we actually have seen that Ember picked into the DP with an early Vessel build to deal with her region. Instead, they go with the Tide.
Yeah, not going to be the Fly Tide here. This is...
Looks like an Ice Tide.
Yep. They really like to pick heroes like Tide when they can get those 1v1 matchups that are favorable. So Tide versus Beastmaster and go for that aggressive tri lane.
Throughout the game favorable, right?
Yeah.
Because you have Anchor Smash as well versus all the summons. You can stand in front of the tower, defend it.
Good against Pango, you don't get perma-stunned.
But this means Xingqiu probably position for Pango. A very interesting drafting style from PSG LGD right now. Not something that they tend to do way too much, but we talked about Xingqiu. We compared him to Crit.
Yep.
He's extremely PA.
They played Pango position 4 once on Xingqiu this tournament in the group stages against Quincy Crew. They did win that game, but definitely not one of the more common ones for Xingqiu. And what do we make of the PA? It's an early PA.
Yeah, I don't like it. it actually
I don't think we ever liked the PA picks that much. Yeah.
Not only that, I don't like it overall. I don't like it into Tide.
Okay.
That's It can be a little bit difficult, I think, of a matchup on the laning stage at least.
Nothing to Say is one of the few players that has actually played Magnus this tournament, though.
That's true.
Mag PA, does that make you like it more, or is it still meh?
It's possible because she does have Beastmaster already, right? And then Mag.
I feel like Mag, you generally need to see your mid matchup a bit, and that's where like we saw it. That I think it was against the Doom, where you're like, okay, I've got this mid hero that I can just farm against. Picking it blind because EG have the last pick, which they've saved for Abed, is possible, but it seems
and that would
risky.
mean that you have a 5 Death Prophet as well, which is definitely doable. Especially even versus the Tide in the lane, I think you could do that. I actually wouldn't mind that Magnus. Maybe a pick such as Magnus would make me believe in the PA a little bit more, because they've picked Magnus in multiple occasions.
Two times, yeah.
In the DPC league as well. It's not even only about the hero that he buffs up. They just play a very mean Magnus, so it's an option.
If EG gets ahead in the lanes, like they do tend to do, Magnus is one of the heroes that will always give you a chance to fight back, regardless of how far you get behind early on. We've actually not seen a whole lot of teams make comebacks after they get behind on lanes. Yep. It's mostly been, the famous Quincy Crew versus Team Liquid is one of the ones where it was possible for Team Liquid to make a comeback after Mega Creeps, but in the upper bracket for sure, it's been like the previous game we just saw.
Do you just put DP mid and pick your position 5 like an Abaddon last or something that actually benefits the PA, some minus armor?
You can see EG reflecting the flex potential of the Death Prof. They ban a support and then they ban a core.
Yeah.
So
we see this a lot, right?
Yeah.
Recently, the drafting of these teams is on such a high level that not only it's very difficult to predict who's going to win, but it's also very difficult to predict what the last pick, even what the role is.
Well, for EG, we have a pretty good idea for once where that hero and player combo is going in. PSG LGD.
That's a 5. That's an innocent.
That's a 5.
Yeah, that's an innocence gyrocopter.
But
okay, they want to. I can see their playstyle working out, and Void Spirit last pick.
Pretty value. His hero's gone from like first pick worthy to all right, we'll just take a 10th pick.
Yeah, it's not banned. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so the matchup for DP is good, and I can definitely see this game rolling out of control for PSG LGD the same way the first game rolled out of control for Evil Geniuses, in a style in which you have Death Prophet, you have Beastmaster constantly pressuring your lanes, maybe even buy a Dezo on PA early on, join fights, Gyrocopter extremely strong early on, same with the Tusk. I can see it working.
The Tusk on EG
I
side.
see also what's coming, Lizard.
But here's let me tell you, here's why it won't work. That Beastmaster pressuring lane, you have a tide. You just plop the tide wherever the Beastmaster goes. And EG, they have an Alchemist. They're going to secure his farm. They have a Tusk to secure his lane. I just don't think they're going to be able to stop this Alchemist doing Alchemist things.
I'm with God in this one, Lizard.
EG.
Yeah, EG for me too.
I had one right prediction already, so let's mix it up. I'm rooting for Game 3, PSG LGD.
I mean, Game 3 would be really cool.
Hi, this is Lorenzo from Dota Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
Are doing. I'm not taking any kind of damage, and I think that's what EG is going to do, and that's a recipe for success.
Are you sharing that opinion, Owen?
I think so. I'm seeing a draft from EG where they're getting their hands on the crit Tusk to open, and then as the final pick, you know, PSG LGD, they're like, ooh, we got to support Gyro, and then boom, EG's like, Arbed Void Spirit. You know, I know which draft finisher I prefer.
Yeah, I agree with you as well, but I'm going to hope for at least a competitive Game 2 here in the upper bracket finals. Let's see if PSG LGD can force out a third game of this series, or if EG will just secure their spot in the grand finals. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much. Let's see, obviously PSG LGD having to do something a bit different to what they've been getting away with the wins that they've had so far. This game, we're seeing them bring out the PA, a hero, a carry that just, it hasn't been carrying games, Lacoste.
No, I checked the Dota buff when they picked it. It has 22.22% win rate. It's a nice number, but it doesn't give you too much confidence in winning the game.
No. So let's see. Let's see if they can do something a little bit different. Obviously, they've had to change it up after Game 1. Game 1, they were completely figured out by EG. Here they're trying a little bit of maybe an approach that EG may not prepared for. Obviously, we have seen the support Gyro before, but maybe PSG LGD are going to be able to do something a little different with it and play aggressive enough and catch EG off guard. As that fifth final pick, you've got to imagine that they do feel that there's some power to having it as their last reveal in the draft.
I see Crit using the fist bump voice line. The first thing that comes to my mind is like shoulder bump. So yeah, back to the aggressive tri-lane. Like, they have so much pressure. You have acid spray, you have a tag team. This is just like so much damage coming out from and the illuminate. Like, I'm not sure. Okay, so they know something is up. They're gonna
change it.
They're gonna change it up.
As of course, Crit is getting the blocks in, making sure that they're going to have to deal with the creeps meeting underneath the tower and maybe even give a chance for the tri-lane of EG to make an early aggressive move. I see already starting things over onto Faith Beyond. Arteezy for some body blocks, but the Quelling Blade, Faith Beyond not going to stand any trouble cutting his way over towards the creep wave. But it is under the tower, so of course it is going to push out in EG's favor.
So they will keep an aggressive, like two heroes bottom. Tidehunter will need help. Like Innocence on the gyrocopter with the rocket, once he hits level 2, Tidehunter is just not tanky enough, so they will need to help out Tidehunter. I don't think ISSI's... Like, lane is pushing in, so this is not too bad, actually. Like, ISSI is just using a salve and the one tango. He also wanted to go for Orb of Venom, but since he's not playing in 1 versus 1 scenario, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get levels out of this lane, ISSI. I guess so the question is if EG are happy just giving Arme a free start to the game. You know, Arme on the PA, with just a tide around, with Y able to come in each and every time with the waves to push ISSI back. Arme should have free farm in this game.
He should, but, you know, Alchemist... If he's free farming, if he's getting the Battle Fury, his timing is just a bit stronger, a bit faster on that Battle Fury, and then you have this like window of opportunity to just go in and do stuff around the map, force them to take a fight. Jin Q wants to drag the creep wave.
Okay, we'll see Crit come over to deal with him as well as Fly. And heading into...
Safe lane, dragging a creep wave. I don't think I've seen this before.
We'll see where he takes it. He's taking it on a little bit of a tour.
Buckle up, taking you for a ride.
Well, he's going to be able to swing around, get a couple of creep waves.
This is such a godly move from Jin Q here.
We're just double stacking the wave here to make sure that it pushes in onto Faith Bian. And that Faith Bian's able to get the creep wave a bit closer to his tower again with this double wave coming out together. Of course, EG making the moves. Crit coming up to the top, ready to start making some pulls and to get Icy's lane in a bit of a better position for himself.
I don't think Alchemist dies on the bottom lane. They still have like kill potential possibly if PSG LGD decides to go in deep. There is an Acid Spray level 2. They have Illuminate. It's just so much damage. 16-second duration on Acid Spray at all levels is just so powerful. You can't stand in it. Arteezy drops it underneath the tower. Once enemy mid laner hits level 6, like you might need to be in the jungle. Like you can't stay on the bottom because there is a kill potential on you. It's not one of the best heroes to rotate. It's not like Puck with the coil. It's not one of the spirits that can just go in. It's a Dead Prophet with the Spirit Siphon, so he might stay like 30 seconds, a minute longer on the bottom lane.
Seeing on this bottom lane as well, just an excellent amount of denying being done by Arteezy. You can see already a complete level between him and Faith
Bian. They're playing the bottom lane nicely. They go in, they push the wave, and then they pull it to the side.
Jin Q, he did swashbuckle in on this, so Fly, he's going to build up the Illuminate.
One more hit.
Oh, and they've got him, Arteezy. Spits out the Acid Spray, and that's going to be a first blood for Artur.
Maybe if it was the old patch, because right now it deals damage straight away. You know, before it needed a second to kick in for whatever reason. And now he got him. That's why I was so surprised that he had actually just got a kill straight away.
This lane's going to get very hard for Faith Bian to really stay in. Jin Q trying to do his best to push back Fly. But, might even get the kill here, Fly. Jin Q not quite able to commit. Fly able to get close enough to the tower, pops the salve. Jin Q turned towards Arteezy, but Arteezy happy to stand his ground and punch back. Jin Q's got to back off.
Man, they just don't pressure Arteezy with Beastmaster and Pugger. You know, they have a lot of slows, but standing inside the Acid Spray, like you try to fight them, they're gonna just blast you. And now Crit is on the bottom lane. He's trying to secure the bounty.
Same to be said for White. White also coming over. There's pressure underneath the tower. You see Faith Bian, he's having to play so scared. He's hiding in the trees. See over the bouncy rune, Crit able to pick it up before Jin Q can grab it. That will be 3 of the 4 bouncy runes hit for EG. Bottom lane, Faith Bian having to continue to hide as he's got no regen. Salve's on the way out. Arteezy knows this. He's hunting now. Faith Bian's looking pretty dead here if they get vision of him. Crit coming over as well as Faith Bian. He needs help. He needs it now. Jin Q's going to come over with the swashbuckle. And now Jin Q's also put himself in a bit of a difficult position. Jin Q, he'll also... Ooh, is he going to live? Fly, can he get him? Salve's going to keep Jin Q alive. So Jin Q able to save himself. Arteezy with the safe
Arteezy,
play.
he was like super afraid. I guess he did not want to get slowed down. Phase boots will be able to get him. Doesn't even pop the fairy fire, no need.
Machine Q, Arteezy might be able to get him as well.
He has phase boots, he's just gonna run him down.
Here we go, one more punch, boom! Arteezy,
He gets a level 6 from that, drops in a ring of health.
All right.
Oh, he has a chemical rage.
Yep.
This is just disaster, this bottom lane. Keeper of the Light will come back. Keeper of the Light's level 4.5, 6 minutes in. You have... This was like a tri-lane from the start.
Meanwhile, what's happening
and he's
in
level
mid?
6.
Nothing to say. He's trying to get in onto Arbeb. We've got Crit and Fly coming in with a rotation. Arbeb bottling up. A little too low on the HP to get back in on this. We'll see the TP over from Ice. Does have Ravage good to go if they sees an opportunity to fight. And he's going to pop it straight away. Instantly with a TP in. Nothing to say. He was not expecting that at all. I mean, he sees the Tide TPing in. He just stands right on top of it. Ice just presses R and he's gone.
He was like, no way that he's going to use a Ravage on me.
And Ice is just like instantly tentacles
that was
out.
shift Ravage. Like he was so ready for that.
Yeah,
the good thing for PSG LGD is that Ame is having a much better game this time around. Like, he's not being pressured. But as I said, you know, Alchemist, 2 points in Grievous Greed. He is getting more farm. He's getting the kills.
I mean, 3-0-1 on an Alchemist at this point. And as we saw there, some solo kills, solo XP, really, as he was left to clean up Arteezy. It really doesn't get to be much of a better start for the Arteezy out.
They also have some stacks made for him. So when I talked about him being, you know, forced to get out of the lane, I don't think it should happen. Top lane, nothing to say. With the rotation, yeah, this should be a dead Tide. So he does not need to care about rotations, because if they go on him, he has a chemical rage. He can just free farm the lane.
And just Faith Beyond is going to have to find some sort of way to pick up the levels, really. You know, they're still struggling to get anywhere close to the level 6. A slow game for getting the Roar online. And see, Arbed was thinking about maybe making the jump onto him. May still do so off the back of this smoke, as Faith Beyond sticking around. Arbed, he's going to be ready to close in. Straight onto the Beastmaster. Faith Beyond to fall, as they'll further push back his game.
So bottom tower dropping low. Arteezy is just getting the maximum amount of farm, dragging the creep wave, farming both small camp and the creeps, and also putting some pressure on the tower. Like, it just does not get better than this. Like, this is going to be pre-10-minute Battle Fury.
Yeah, this is insane. And as you say, Arme doing his best to keep up. And that's pretty much the same CS, but just not the same amount of kill involvement, of course. And he doesn't have that Grievous Greed. So the farm, the Battle Fury, it's going to be slower. It's acceleration from Arteezy, especially with the tower getting taken as well. It's going to be insane. Around the mid lane, the attempt onto Ice. Goes to route. Crit by his side, no further dive to be added by PSG LGD. They'll look for the objective. Arbed is swinging around from the side. And already White, he's been trapped. Came up onto the high ground a little too far. Ice crit, they'll turn towards him. Arbed in with the Simulate. Ravage comes out as Ice tries to save himself. Arbed will be able to pick off White in the back lines, and that Ravage will stop. Nothing to say from being able to close the gap onto Ice.
They get the kill. Arteezy on the bottom lane, free farming, just needs one extra creep to finish off the battle. This might be the fastest battle. This must be. You know, Noxel's already typing in. Like, let's see if this is it. Probably is. That's just my guess. And they've set up already a deep vision. Like, they have one observer ward scouting out the lane. Like, this ward on the bottom lane does not get rewarded. Like, there's no way that this gets rewarded. No, and also deep one. So, like, Arteezy is pretty set. Like, they wanted to set him up for a good game, and that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, this is ridiculous timing from Arteezy. As again, EG, their laning has just been, it's just been so good in all of the games we've seen. And good variety with the way that they've been doing it too. Very flexible, they're always ready to adapt to the opponent. And here against PSG LGD, they set the lanes up just like in game 1 for them to really have this strong edge. And they've really forced the advantage.
Oh, he didn't stack. Like, Dragon's Tail was inside, so he didn't stack the Ancients, unfortunately.
Arbed playing around with White. Oh, nice little illusion rune there to dodge the missile. That'll allow Arbed to stay on target and take him down.
I don't know how you kill this guy. I just don't think... He's going for the casual Sanj type of a build, which I really like. That item is so good, giving damage, HP, status resistance, self-HP amplification.
I mean, the thing is as well, if last game was anything to go by, I don't know if PSG LGD know how to kill Abed at all. Last game, remember, he did not die. Ended the game 11-0-14, so continuing his deathless streak here into game 2.
You know what my biggest problem is with like Twitch chat? I don't know if it's a POG or if it's Komodo hype now. Like, I'm getting confused because you can just see it, but you need to hover with your mouse over it to see what it actually is.
I mean,
because like you don't know if it's a POG play or if it's like Komodo hype type of a play, or if they're referring to dragons.
I mean, they do like the dragons.
Yeah, dragons are pretty popular nowadays.
There's mid lane. Why? He is here ready to back him up. Not quite having the 6 on the gyro. Ice. He's got Ravage in a few seconds, so he's happy for them to go. And they will. They'll commit here with the Exorcism. So Abed, he's already been able to take down the PA. We'll see if EG want to try and bring over the rest of them to get a fight going mid. Trying to do their best to push. Nothing to say away from the tower whilst the Exorcism goes to work. Nothing to say, still able to get in, take down the tower. Objective is taken Ice. Still feeling relatively tanky with the hood, but of course the Exorcism, physical damage still punching through it.
5k gold lead, 12 minutes in. Tidehunter does not like to play into that profit because I've seen so many like Tide versus DP matchups where DP just runs him down, uses a Spirit Siphon. You cannot dispel that with the Exorcism. You have enough speed to actually just run him down and yeah, might force Ravage. This time around, like they have so much also minus armor. The damage coming up from Tusk, let's say someone stands inside the Acid Spray with the Gush. Crit can one-shot him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like Crit has been on point. Like this guy is just amazing. You know, whenever he plays Tusk, he always goes for the same item build, which I already said, Drums of Endurance, and then gets a Blink Dagger. But he's so active with the hero. He snowball saves to dodge certain spells. Like even on the mid lane, we saw it already. It's just amazing to watch. Fly also getting a ton of farm. Has a fluffy hat. Going towards the Force Staff, which I really like. Great against the Beastmaster, push people out.
They've got the pressure coming in on the mid now, Abed. See if he's able to sweep round and find anyone from behind. I mean, as you anticipated as well, these wards that EG got down in the jungle, the PSG LGD, they're here for the full duration.
Yeah, they're not dewarding that, and they are controlling the jungle. Everyone else is playing, you know, ranked, while Arteez is playing turbo mode in this game.
It certainly seems it when you look at his items already coming out. As, you know, there's just no real way that Arme can keep up. You know, he's a PA, Arteez is an Alchemist. Arteez 4k ahead. And that difference just growing with every single minute of farming. That's full S&Y done. S&Y Battle Fury 13 minutes in. These insane item time is continue to fly out for Arteezy.
Like, even with the Battle Fury, Phantom Assassin still does not farm as much as Alchemist. He almost has double the net worth at the moment. 14 minutes in. This is just insane.
That's mid. We'll find Ice alone, and with a good angle on the Rolling Thunder, Xingqiu will have the lockdown.
One play that they could potentially do with the Exorcism, not this one, because they already lost some of the duration, is try to go in and sneak the Roshan. Both of these teams have a really good Rosh lineup. Like, next fight, whoever wins it could potentially go in. E.g., they need Tusk, they need the tag team to be able to do it. But with the Exorcism, with Phantom Assassin, Necrobook from the Beastmaster, PSG LGD, they also have enough damage.
For sure, especially if they were able to wait as well, PSG LGD, until they get the Deso on PA. And Roshan will stand no chance at all. But, of course, with the deficit that they're at right now compared to EG, and the fact that the EG do have solid fight around the pit, it's definitely not going to be something that they'll be able to just walk into. Ice always ready with the Ravage. And Abed very close to having the Yule Scepter done, so it'll be a lot harder to get in and on top of. It's easy. Next item already out. Blink Dagger's done. Now he's going to be working on that BKB to make sure that he himself will be fight ready.
He's still not joining, you know, he's just farming, enjoys killing those creeps. Blink Dagger, S&Y, Like, they could potentially force a fight inside the pit. There's still a tier 1 tower standing on the mid
try
lane.
With this blink reveal from Arteezy. They're straight in. And Yules is done. We'll see if they can take down Dota on the way down. They can. Ravage popped immediately, leaving no chance.
Zoning Ravage, like, there was... maybe he was thinking, you know, they will go from the trees because he didn't see anything. Or maybe he was... I don't know. Definitely not needed Ravage there because they had the Tusk. But, yeah, they will still get the tower from it. Lines drawn on the minimap. PSG LGD, they seem so afraid.
Understandably so. As now Arteezy's able to start claiming farm from PSG LGD's triangle. They're going to start to head up, maybe see if they can push him back. White, backed up by Arme. The attempt to start something onto Fly. Xingqiu, yeah, he's going to come in with a Rolling Thunder. Oh, big crit. Comes out from Arme onto Fly. Now actually caught Arteezy here inside the pit. Jump in from Arme. They're going to be able to find Arteezy. It's a double kill for Arme. They're not done yet.
Yeah,
Jump
they will go back inside
kill.
the pit. Like, he got stuck inside the pit. Usually it's on the cliff, but this time around, inside the pit, like, the minus armor coming out from this is just too much. This is the play that I was talking about. Not necessarily need to sneak inside the Roche pit, but take a fight near the Roche pit where the exorcism is running and then go in and take it.
I mean, that's
a baller move.
Exploded out of nowhere. EG were not ready for that. You know, EG very much feeling that they could get away with taking some of the triangle away from Arme. He was not going to let that pass.
Problem is they did not have Ravage. Like, they used Ravage on the mid lane, got only 1 kill out of it, so they could have played a bit more passive.
Now we'll see it again. Of course, a beautiful crit to start off the action there, just eliminating Fly from this plane of existence.
Yeah,
and then Arteezy's like just kind of stuck in the pit. He headed in there initially to try and hide them.
Yeah, PTZ could not get out of there.
And now there's a Deso done on Arme. Now that fight, those crits, that was coming up before the Deso.
So with the Desolator, like, they're gonna have a lot of damage. Like, these heroes don't have too much armor, especially Keeper of the Light. Like, we can see what Arme can do, even pre-Deso, like how much damage he can deal.
Crits right now. Fly is not going to stand a chance if the RNG comes through for Arme. I'll be able to get that rune before Arme gets in on it. Before Nothing to Say gets in on it. And with the Invis, maybe able to set something up. They've got the Exorcism back in 30, but we'll be around the time. Yeah, so it's already with the Ravage good to go for a second round.
Ravage is ready. They also have a Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier for him to just jump in. Also, Tidehunter does not have like any hero in this game that he's really afraid of, besides like Dead Prophet Silence, and if they don't focus him, just to silence and play around him, but he should be able to get the Ravage off if they try to focus him. It's pretty much the Necro units. Like, he does not want to get his mana burn. Pretty limited on the mana, but we'll see. He's going to probably stay in the back lines and like get the first jump anyway.
Yeah, Arteezy just going to look to get his farm back on. Get the BKB done before the next fight. Ooh, we are going to have Crit in a bit of a spot of bother here as Arme and Fabian are found in. The backup comes in, but Crit's gone. Arteezy with a 2-man concoction, though. Jumps over, gets both of them.
Oh, nice
both
dodge.
Fabian and Arme. Arme's down the once. White heading in with the cooldown. See if Arme's able to get any more kills out of this. Turns over towards Arteezy, jumps in with the dagger. The Phantom Strike, Arteezy silence Arme. Gets a second. 2 kills here for the PA and PSG LGD. They're not done. They're looking over towards Arbed.
He's out of spells. Has the Yule Scepter for himself. Maybe to buy a bit more time.
The damage, Arbed. He's up in the air. One more crit would do it. Arme looking for the kill. He's going to be able to find it here. The Ghost cleaning up Arbed. As another team fight where Arme is just getting set up into the action. And these kills are really allowing him to catch right back up as this PA is looking pretty spooky for EG. It seems that they can't quite deal with it.
Oh, he's dealing so much damage right now, especially with the level 50. Like, they had the Aegis, he respawns. Alchemist doesn't have much armor. Like, he has the status resistance while ulti is running. He also has some, you know, extra regeneration from that ulti. SNY keeping him with the status resistance, but needs armor. Like, he's just gonna get blown up by the Phantom Assassin. They can lock him down. Like, this game is, you know, when you have Alchemist as a carry, you need to stay ahead. I think they lost like 7-8k gold lead in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we've had at least 2 back-to-back fights now where Arme's just been involved in about, you know, so these 7 back-to-back kills. After the death, so BKB, just a recipe away for Arme. yeah, Arteezy's it's got to get sort of these next items done. The BKB, the AC, that's when things start to get a little better again against the PA. But with these hits that Arme's coming in with,
he's closing in. He's closing in the gap. Only 3K net worth more than Ame at the moment. But Ame, once he gets a BKB, he's really not afraid of any of the abilities. Like, the only ability that goes through Magic Immunity is Volrus Punch, which he's fine with. You know, they just can't lock him down.
See why. He's going to spot out Crit. So if Ame wants to get involved in this.
This revealed the ward, so should get devorted. This time around, PSG LGD managed to kill only one tower. Nothing to say. BKB done. Just BKB is a must-have in this game.
Yeah, for the next team fight, they'll have BKB in both cores, Ame and Nothing to Say. And that'll make the jump from EG even more important to get. As we've seen, if it's going to be that of the Ravage of Ice, there will be that window for Ame to react and get the BKB off before the Tentacles attack him.
Tier 1 tower, very low. Ravage is available, as you said. But they're not going to go for it. Oh, and you told me a story about Ice, why he's called like that. I didn't even know that. Can you, explain that?
I wonder if the viewers knew that. I was having a shower thought this morning. The Ice.
And you were thinking about Ice.
I was, as you do in the shower. And Ice, it means ice cube, doesn't it? Because ice times ice is ice cubed. It's ice cube. I thought that was very smart of him. He's a smart man, you know. And I was just like, wow. You know, it's one of those moments.
No, I was blown away when he told me the story. That's why I'm not reacting. I can't really.
Ice cubed.
Yeah, I can't fake my reaction. That's why I was just silent, because I can't be blown away twice by this fact.
Well, I feel like we've all learned something today. I think chat might as well. A cube, by the way, is when you time something by itself. Just in case any of you haven't done maths. I know it's a very complex mathematics. Yeah, it's ice cubed.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. Ice. Oh, he's in a bit of a spot of bother here as the setup's in. Xingqiu. He's going to get this nice angle, and in fact, he's under the tower as well. Ice.
They are controlling him.
Looking pretty dead here.
So EG, they lost so much advantage.
They lost the
and
flow
they
of this
gave
game.
PSG LGD the ability to come back into this game. Ame, he has a bottle from Nothing to Say. Double damage, still up and running for about 15 seconds. Exorcism popped. Ame, teeping top. They're just out. They feel, you know, we're fine with this. Like, we have Phantom Assassin. It's a super strong late game. He's going for Sanj on PA.
Pretty much, that as you do on every single carrot.
Yeah, just get the casual Sanj.
Yep. Never a bad item to pick up in your build. Seeing all the top teams in the world do this on pretty much most of the heroes. Doesn't even have to be a strength hero. Sanj is always going to be nice in the build-up. Oh, fly. He's got to run. But Ice coming in. Xingqiu. The Ravage come out with the BKB immediately there from Ame. Ame jumps over towards Arteezy. Arteezy commits with the BKB, but the rolls out from Fate Beyond.
Where are the crits at? There they are.
Ame takes down Arteezy. Over towards Crit he goes. The BKB from Ame now coming to an end. Ame controlling him with the Remnant. Ame getting low, but he turns. Another crit.
He's just cleaning up.
Triple kill. There's flying Arbed. The last two left to life. They've got to run. Ame's going to look to get back in the dagger. Flying over towards Arbed. Arbed over to the tree line with the Dissimulate. PSG LGD, they're going to continue to chase. Arbed, what's he got left? Dagger in. Force to the side, missiles on his way over. Arbed, he's going to get stuck.
Give him the rampage.
Yeah, give him the godlike.
No, it was not enough, man. That crit, like, he was so fast with the BKB. Dodged the Ravage, got the 2 crits. On the Alchemist,
yeah.
I think it's a mistake for Alchemist to buy a Hyperstone instead of Plate Mail there, because...
Oh, we did? That is a bit greedy.
Like, it's super greedy, especially, you know, because Phantom Assassin has that death, so they have the minus armor.
And look at Ame. BKB off. Perfect reaction to the Ravage of Ice. Excellent play from Fate Beyond. Brilliant roar, just locks down Arteezy for a good duration of the BKB.
And look at how much they helped him. Like, they used the healing salve. They're just healing him up. I believe there was also and a Spirit Vessel coming out from the Pangolier. So he's kind of full HP, fight ready. Roshan, respawn, they have the vision with the Hawk inside the pit, plus a Solar Crest, so this is gonna hurt. Like, I love Fates Beyond itemization of this one. Like, no shenanigans, I'll get the Necro Book, I'll get the Solar Crest, just to amplify the amount of damage that my carry is doing.
There we go. Roshan done. Aegis. And Chi's been held onto now by Arme. We'll see if we pass the Cheese over to potentially nothing to say.
Cheese is mine.
And this, I mean, how do they kill him in these fights? This evasion, the blur is just doing so much. I mean, Arteezy there is going to. Does he have to build an MKB in his build this game to be able to carry?
Yeah, they don't have enough. Like, they can't deal with him, so. It's an item that Alchemist does not want to buy, but might be forced to buy it here. Either that, or you might like try to get a Bloodthorn, but then you don't, you know, have it for BKB. I mean, they just slowed him down so much.
Yeah, the fights that EG did choose to take that they just couldn't kill Arme have just done so much for Arme. There's Arme, level 20, and only just behind that of what has been for the most part a free farming Alchemist. Arme closing the gap. Zartezi, AC, that's 100 gold away. So they will have the AC up and running for the next fight, giving a little bit of protection to himself and his teammates from this high burst physical damage that Arme is jumping in with.
They need some kind of armor. Tidehunter building into Solar Crest. I like it. Just try to tank up, give it to your Alchemist. Keeper of the Light, defending himself with the possible Ghost Scepter. Crit also wants to get a Solar Crest. But since you have like 2,000 gold, you're probably just gonna get a Blink Dagger anyway.
Gonna make the sweep over towards the top lane. Only crit there at the moment. Not the juiciest of targets. Crit's out as well. TP's away. Axe is now done on Arbed, and Blink is there on Crit. So Crit's going to have a better chance of getting in with the saves. You know, very important to try and buy some time for heroes that are getting jumped upon by Arme.
Nothing to say. He was thinking about getting the Shiva's Guard, now has the Lotus Orb queued up. I also wouldn't mind him like getting Eon Disc just to be able to have something against that like first jump. They can potentially burst him, as we've seen in the previous fight, you know, with the Alchemist and the Tidehunter. Ice, he just blinks in.
And Arme's just going to turn straight towards him. Will be forced to safety by a fly, but Shinky's going to come in with Rolling Thunder. Ice still left up on the high ground. The Remnant will grab Arme momentarily. EG, they're considering if they can get in on this. Ice he's going to pop the Ravage, but he's going to die. EG cannot fight around this. They've got to bail.
There's no follow-up. Like, nothing to say. Used BKB prematurely. This is why I said, you know, the Tidehunter doesn't feel comfortable playing in the Dead Prophet, especially if Dead Prophet just itemizes into second item BKB, which I really like. And they're not stopping. Like, they're just going to go. Status resistance, item done on Phantom Assassin, SNY plus Deso, level 20, -3 armor. Just so much minus armor. He also has Fan of Knives, which I just noticed, so he can break the Tidehunter.
Yeah, just picked it up here for that last fight. Get the jump in onto him. BKB's popped. Arteezy trying to commit, but now Arteezy's got to run. As there's the chase from Arme, jumps in, it's going to back off. Doesn't want to dive too deep past the tower.
This is actually a really good shard upgrade. You know, damage type is pure, 12% of max HP, so like everyone's super tanky, plus you apply the break. This is some old stuff from Dota 1 days. What was, yeah, you don't know. You don't know. I was trying to ask my co-caster about the name, about the name that Phantom Assassin had in Dota 1.
Oh, I know the answer to that one.
You know? Okay,
yeah.
go ahead. I forgot.
It was Bob.
Bob, yeah. Bobby. Good old Bobberino.
Bob's Blur, you know. Bob's Blade. That's what they used to call the abilities.
Yeah.
Very intimidating.
Can we evade it?
Watch
yes,
out
we
for
can.
Bob.
Oh, chat knows. It's Mordred. Yeah. Thank you, chat.
Chat, they're very ancient.
Your anger is useless.
Been around for a long time, chat, we know. They were playing Dota before it even came out. That's how advanced they are, the viewers. That's why we respect
Yeah, they know all the secrets. They know all the names.
Satanic's going to be next on the list for Arme. I mean, how do they kill this PA? How on earth they do? I feel that until there's an MKB, or maybe with the Rapier queued up, he needs the Rapier.
Yeah, this is like true strike. Okay,
you got to go for
it's all in.
Yep.
They understand that game is getting out of control. They're not farming much. They see, you know, this lineup is gonna scale. Like, they have so many stuff. You have Phantom Assassin, you have Dead Prophet, like Beastmaster is also heavy right clicker. Pangolier. This Pango, Jin-Q Pango, we didn't talk too much about it, but he has pretty much the same amount of farm as Ice at the moment.
But no, RTG has to do this. You know, without a Rapier, they are never killing Arme. This is the only route that could allow EG to turn things around. They get that jump, any sort of initiate. If they're able to get the Ravage and the RTZ with the follow-up concoction, with the Rapier, should be enough lockdown to beat through this PA. With any other sort of build, it's just never getting done. Arme's going to live every time.
DP with the casual AC. Okay, not too bad. Just tanking up the whole team pretty much.
I like it.
I'm wondering what he's going to drop, because he has a Blink Dagger. If he needs that to initiate, can't... maybe if they find possibly like Spider Legs.
Oh, what, for RTZ?
Yeah, and then he can drop the phase boots.
Yeah, I guess that's the dream for him. Yeah, so he can free up another slot.
How many tier 3 items do they got? They found Ceremonial Robe. They found Quickening Charm.
There's not going to be any Spider Legs today for him. They've already found the 3. No, sorry, yeah, they've found... No, you're right. Yeah, they've found 3. There's still 1 to be found. So they need the... So RNG needs to be good for EG. I think you're absolutely right. They're definitely hoping for a Spider Legs for that 4th drop from the...
Because he wants to, like, he wants to have the cleave, wants to have status resistance.
It is, and it's a Quickening Charm. So no Spider Legs for Arteezy this game. He's going to have to just work with the 6 slots that he's been given. And obviously, if he can eventually get that Blink upgraded to a Swift Blink, then the phase boots are less necessary, because he's still going to be able to get the jump and have a chance to chase.
Wait for tier 4 items. Maybe you get the one that also gives you move speed, the Flicker. My brain stopped working for a second.
Full Satanic done on Arme, and of course that Dream
they still had one item, Paladin Sword. All right, he'll take that.
Wait, what? I swear.
Divine Rapier.
I don't know what I was looking at them.
So yeah, he needs to get rid of the phase boots. I think neutral items are bugged.
Yeah.
Jin-Q.
Oh no, okay, I was just being stupid. Anyway, standard stuff. We had to jump onto Jin-Q. Now the moves of EG have
They still don't know. They
still
don't know that he has a Divine Rapier. Smoked for another 5-6 seconds.
Yeah.
Next Roche may respawn in 15.
Swift Blink next for Arteezy. I think ideally they want to get that done before they really try and commit with the Rapier in a fight. So certainly may just be forced to fight sooner.
Fade Beyond has a shard upgrade. That's one of the best shards for sure, where it's not about that, you know, damage or stun, even though I've seen Fade Beyond do some amazing things. Once he can control the Hawk, it's about being able to move the Hawk and just control vision. It's just so good. Imagine having Invis Observer Ward that you can control. It's like having Techie's Minds move around the map, pretty much.
They're flying. Where's the smoke up from EG? EG, they're going to walk into a blur. It's going to give the chance for the BKB to come off here from Arme. As Arteezy tries to stay on target, has got enough damage from the Rapier, but with the Satanic, Arme, he's back up to full HP. Jumps over towards Ice, the Ravage comes out, the BKB comes through, and Arteezy's in, and he's taken Arme down. Ice perfectly holding the Ravage, ready for the BKB to end, gets the kill. We'll see Arme getting caught in the combo on the high ground, roar out onto Arteezy.
They want this Rapier.
Arteezy needs help, they're in on top of it, Crit comes in with a snowball save, buyback
Blink
from the two of them, Arbed and Ice, they're on their way back over Arteezy. He needs help and he needs it now, but he goes down. Arbed will be able to recover the Rapier, can he get it back to safety? As he's up in the air, Astral Step ready and still to dissimulate, Arbed's got to run. He's got to save it. Arbed's got to get that back to base. As he's running, PSG LGD, they're trying to chase, but Arbed will manage to save the Rapier.
Yeah, 2 buybacks just to secure that Rapier. Roshan just respawned. He had enough. Maybe he got hit by something, but Snowball, Blink Dagger was available. I don't think it would matter that much because still Chemical Rage was not ready. Arme gone for 40 seconds. That was such a clutch ravage, though, coming out from Ice. Perfectly timed, pretty much. BKB done. They get him. Managed to able to kill him.
Start the commit, of course, the lifesteal, the Satanic is going to do wonders. Army straight back up to full, but just as the BKB ends, I pretty much cast him when the BKB is going, knowing that it's going to end by the time the tentacles reach out and grab him, even though he's right next to him. Ice presses it perfectly, but PSG LGD still able to come in with a stronger fight. As soon as BKB's down on Arteezy, he's vulnerable. Crit tries his best, but it's just too much. With the ghosts out, Arteezy just melts.
Yeah, it's just too much damage. That Prophet standing on top of you with the AC. Roshan still not dead. They're waiting for Ahmed to respawn because he does not have buyback.
And we'll let the full lineup of EG back into play, but no Ravage for 50 seconds. Arteezy's going to make his way back over. Rapier picked back up. Here we go. Roshan to be taken very, very quickly here by PSG LGD. Is there going to be any chance to get in? There's not crit tries, but Roshan's already gone. Arme just turns towards crit. 1,600 damage as crit's gone out of the game. Arme over towards Arteezy. The roar, the crits are there. Arteezy's down as they'll manage to kill him off. Depth to 80, and it's over with the Rapier gone. GG is called as game 2 will be taken by PSG LGD as Arme's PA just pops up.
Hi, this is Lorenzo from Dota 2 Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
Yeah, the Arteezy just couldn't stay far enough ahead, and they just never had the ways to burst through the PA, build perfect itemization from Arme this game, just in a way that never gave any sort of window for EG to kill him. They had to go for this Rapier on the Alchemist to stand any sort of chance, but by that time, the rest of PSG LGD was just too big to deal with.
Yeah, they just did not have enough. Ame was becoming a monster. As you mentioned, great itemization coming out from him. And in the end, they needed to take a risk. Go for that Divine Rapier. They were feeling that game is kind of slipping away from them. So they try. In the end, they lose. But, definitely a close game. Great comeback coming out from PSG LGD.
Yeah, the series absolutely heating up now, though, as game 2 being taken by PSG LGD. It's 1-1 between them and EG. Can't wait for the deciding game 3.
You and me both, Owen. That was an amazing performance by PSG LGD. You love to see it going the full distance here in the upper bracket finals. EG, PSG LGD, and PSG LGD taking this game gods. We're going to start at the beginning, though, because EG did lane it the way we expected. They went for the aggressive trial lane. It looked like it was going good for EG.
It did. I think PSG made a smart move. They didn't just lane it the, expected way, and the way that EG has seen before, where Ice gets a 1v1 matchup. He wanted the Beastmaster, PSG swap it up, and that guaranteed that Ame had the farm to kind of come back and carry this game. It was a comeback because EG's lanes crushed it.
Yeah, but that's truly the point, right? If you're going to run this aggressive tri lane once or twice throughout the tournament, teams such as PSG LGD, they will adapt to it 100%. And they did. However, that didn't win them the game. Later on, itemization from Arteezy, even though it's not extraordinary what he went for with the early Blink Dagger, it didn't work out for them because perhaps they needed maybe a little bit earlier BKB or maybe the AC a little bit earlier.
You're trying to be very gentle with his choice of items.
I'm trying to be very gentle, but in a game such as this one, you cannot make mistakes.
Yeah.
We were in the green room. The first team fight they lost, I said that they lost the game, right?
Yeah.
Because what? PA gets a Dezo on top of an Aegis from a single team fight. You cannot fight her anymore.
For me, maybe less the items, but more the mistakes. I think maybe if you go for the earlier BKB, you have that bit more of a room for error, but you don't want to go for an early BKB and kind of, ruin your game.
Maybe AC.
Arteezy frustrated.
Yeah, he was also a little bit unlucky with the amount of crits coming out from Ame. Definitely that fight that you're talking about, that fight around the Roche. I don't think I'm ever in a team that has PA critting as often as Ame did.
Yeah, I saw that in the lobby before. He was preparing. He was sitting creeps with the PA, praying to RNG God as well.
Yeah. No, it worked out. It worked out great for them, and did like Abed's attempt to save the rapier.
The great heist.
The great heist was successful, but only temporarily. PSG LGD, I love that they were able to identify when they should just go and never back down, because once they won that fight, they did make sure that they found Arteezy every single time.
I think a lot of teams with that start think they need to fall back into this. Let's farm and wait for PA to come online